Today we're tying green caddis pupa used here on the McKenzie and Willamette. Relatively easy tie. Starting with an 1150 Daiichi and a eighth inch black tungsten bead. I'm going to start by putting the skinny hole on the hook, wider aperture facing towards the tail. Lock it off in my vise. Take my black thread, start it behind the bead, advance it towards the bend of the hook. Next I'm going to take some hairline dubbin McKenzie green vernal. I usually take my fingernail and just kind of separate a little bit of the fluff off the side and expose the core that it's braided on. And I just can tie the core in at that point. So I'll advance my thread about 2/3 of the way up the hook shank. I'm going to make approximately 5 wraps of the vernal to make the body of the fly. Tie off the vernal, ultra chenille vernal, sometimes both names are used. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to tie in an underwing. In this case we're using a dun colored Zelon or Antron. So kind of level out my playing field by snipping off the ends. Let's bring that right on top of where we finished off the body. Have that extend just a short distance in there, just towards basically even with the butt end of the fly. Next I'm going to take some dyed dun, Comparadun hair. I'm going to pull off a small overwing for the Zelon. So with the hair I usually just take my fingers, pull out as much of the under fur as I possibly can. Stick the tips inside my hair stacker. Level everything out. Now I want the tips of this dun hair to be sticking out just over the top of the Zelon. I make a soft wrap or two, really get that hair locked down on there. If I need to, I can kind of go through the stub ends a little bit. I can slick back the wing a bit, get rid of all the stubble. Snip out some more of those stub ends there. Now I'll kind of lock down those tips. Again, I'm going to go over to my partridge neck. Just has great kind of coloration, that black and white. Just looks awesome. Great movement out of the feather too. Again, I'm going to snip the stem. I'm going to tie in stem facing, cup side of the feather facing towards the hook shank. Use my hackle pliers again to grab the center stem. Just a single wrap of that feather is plenty. Now just kind of take that partridge, slick it back out of the way. Then I'm going to use some black peacock ice dub.
Is there any way you can bring the real line?
Oh yeah, yeah, not today. Okay.
I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to twist a little noodle of dubbing onto my thread. Slide that up towards the bead. Basically using the dubbing to jam the bead forward.
I'll bring the noodles by.
Now we'll finish with a whip finish right behind the bead. So there's a finished pupa there. I've been fishing it the last couple of seasons. I've had good luck with it, either as a swung fly or fished underneath an indicator. This is definitely, if you are fishing with an indicator, one of those flies that really helps to throw it upstream, let it drift all the way down through the float, and then really let it exaggerate swing at the end of it. These bugs will pop up off the bottom towards the surface, and it definitely flings a craven on them. So fish the indicator slow. Swung is just kind of that standard downstream and across.